The governor.
Yeah.
Okay? One of the things that I've enjoyed being involved on BlueNC is I realize how smart y'all are. You know, you all know who Michelangelo and Einstein was, right? Well, as the story goes, when Michelangelo died and went to heaven, he went up to the pearly gates, and St. Peter told us, "I'm Michelangelo." And St. Peter said, "Well, you're going to have to prove it." So he got a pad out, drew an artist drawing. He said, "Come on in." Well, a few generations pass, and Einstein shows up. He says, "I'm Albert Einstein. I'd like to enter heaven." He says, "Well, you got to prove who you are." He said, "Well," takes out his chalkboard, E equals MC squared. Fast forward a few years, George W. Bush dies and goes to heaven. And he says, "I'm George W. Bush. I'm President of the United States." St. Peter said, "Well, you got to prove it." He said, "I'm the president. I don't have to prove it." He said, "Listen here." He said, "We had Michelangelo up here, we had Albert Einstein, they had to prove who they were." Bush said, "Well, who are they?" He said, "Proof enough, come on in." I want to sincerely thank you. You know, when I started running for lieutenant governor, you know, I knew that it was going to be an uphill battle for me, okay? But I found the people's think tank. And to a populace like me, that's important. It is about the people. That's what I truly believe, okay? And I hope you've all gotten that message, okay? Because that is what it's about for me. And that would not have been possible. I firmly believe that I would not be doing as well in this race, and I would not be as optimistic about this race, because everything else all put aside, it's going to depend on what the people of this state think. And what the people of this state want, not what somebody else in offices elsewhere. So I believe very strongly in that. And I want to thank you. And I want you to keep doing what you're doing, because truthfully, and we may have some members of the press here, and I don't mean to step on any toes, but I really do believe you're fulfilling a role that the press used to do. And that is exposing the hypocrisy that's out there and showing people that what some people are or are not saying really isn't true. And I think that, and if you know me well enough, you know how strong I feel about, you know, our state motto, you know, esse quam videre, to be rather than to seem, which really is an anti-hypocrisy motto. And that's why in a lot of my speeches with you say that's the standard that we all need to hold to be rather than to sing. And I think that's the standard that y'all are upholding on a lot of ways, is holding people to that standard. So thank you very much. You've all met my son, Zeb, his girlfriend Cassie. My wife was coming with me, but she's at Zeb's apartment. She got sick, and I'm not sure whether we're going to make it back home with her or not. But I really want to thank all of y'all from the bottom.
Thank you, Pat.
I need your elections, and I'm going to need you here.